Welcome back to our channel. In this video, we'll recap a science fiction film, Voyagers, released in the year 2021. In 2063, scientists search for a new planet capable of supporting human life. A scouting mission will be sent to the planet. Since the journey will take 86 years, the mission's crew will reproduce on the ship. The third generation on board, that is, the grandchildren of the crew, will reach the planet. On Earth, the crew is genetically engineered by combining the genome of intelligent people. A man explains that the crew will be specifically engineered for the mission. 30 qualified crew members must be selected. They will be trained solely for the mission so that they don't feel lonely and can overcome any challenges that may arise on the voyage. Richard is concerned that the children will be unprepared to face the challenges of space travel on their own. One of the few adults these children see is Richard, a scientist in charge of monitoring their progress. The children are overjoyed to see him whenever he visits them. The next day, Richard talks to the mission in charge. He tells her that he has decided to accompany them on their voyage to ensure their safety and take care of the mission. The ship finally departs from Earth. Richard takes one last look at Earth, knowing that he will never be able to return and will have to stay on the ship for the rest of his life. After 10 years, the children have grown up. They prepare to begin their days on the ship. They attend classes and have decided on their respective fields of interest. They live a robot-like life on the ship. Their first lesson is about reproduction and fertilization, which will begin when they reach the age of 24. They can survive on the ship, away from nature, because there are food resources and plants. Every day, they must consume a blue liquid. Christopher discovers a toxin in water one day. He learns that the source of the toxin is in their urine. When he asks Richard, he tells him not to worry, because it is only a filter. Zach and Christopher carry out research and discover that the blue liquid is an unknown chemical. Christopher sneaks out late at night and discovers that the chemical dulls their senses and suppresses their desires. The following day, Christopher and Zach decide to stop consuming the blue liquid. They also tell their friends Kai and Julie about it. Christopher also learns about a hidden compartment. He inquires about it with Richard, who tells him that it is reserved for the third generation. Richard contacts Earth and asks if he can reveal the truth, because the children are losing faith in him. But due to the distance, the message will take 2 months to reach Earth. Christopher fantasizes about Seela, and even tries to hold her hand as they wait for their daily checkup. Christopher keeps looking at her during lunch, but when she turns to face him, he looks away. Zach has the same feelings for Seela, and he even grabs her shoulder to get her attention. Seela, on the other hand, is clueless and feels nothing because she continues to drink the blue liquid. Richard detects a rivalry between them. Only Zach and Christopher appear to be active in the gym, while the rest of the students appear to be exhausted. They suddenly start fighting, and everyone is surprised to see them both acting strangely. This was the result of not consuming the blue liquid. When the ship begins to make noises, Zach and Christopher go to the observation room and inform Edward, the ship's mechanism expert. Controversy about an alien on the ship arises among the crew. Seela and Richard are conversing in the other room. Zach becomes envious when he notices Richard touching Seela's shoulder. Christopher becomes concerned when he sees Zach. Richards informs the crew that the contact with Earth has been lost due to a malfunction, and that the transmitter must be repaired. He takes Zach with him to repair it. Seela tells Zach about his suit, but Zach starts to touch her inappropriately. Richard comes and stops Zach, but he runs away. Phoebe runs into Richard and tells him that Zach has stopped taking the blue liquid. He later finds out that Christopher has stopped taking it as well. Richard tells Christopher that the blue liquid is necessary to prevent them from acting the way Zach is acting now. He tells him that when the transmitter gets fixed, he will try to contact Earth and ask them for a solution. Richard tells him to come with him and repair the transmitters. They go outside the ship, where he repairs one of the transmitters. Zack observes them from the system room. Sounds can be heard while repairing, so the crew observes them from inside the ship. Christopher is amazed to see the stars while repairing. Suddenly, there is a blackout on the ship. The systems room catches fire and Richard falls unconscious. He is floating, but tied to the ship. The crew extinguish the fire and activate the emergency power. Christopher takes Richard to the medical room, where he is covered in burn wounds. The medical team and their chief, Sela, try to save him, but then announce his death. The crew meets, and one of the members tells them about an alien-like creature that was near Richard when he died. Because of the incident in the systems room, the surveillance records were erased, leaving them in oblivious. The system informs them that they require a new chief. Everyone asks Sela, but she declines. Zack volunteers, but they decide to vote. Christopher gets the most votes and is appointed as the next chief. While everyone congratulates Christopher, Zack becomes envious. Sela goes to Richard's room and starts to get rid of his belongings as told in the manual. She looks at them one last time, and then Christopher comes in. She tells him that she doesn't want to get rid of the belongings, and eventually they start to talk about the importance of parents. They look at Richard's videos in which he tells the importance of the mission to him. Christopher looks for the crew, but finds them in the dining area instead of being at their posts. Zack explains that due to a short circuit in the refrigerator, the food might go bad, so they are repairing it. He suggests that they have a party to celebrate the new chief officer. The crew goes to have their daily blue liquid after dinner, but Kai, Zack's friend, tells them that it's a chemical which controls us. Everyone decides to not have the liquid and throws it. Meanwhile, Christopher and Sela have a good time while watching Richard's videos and photographs. Zack feels attracted to Julie, and Julie likes him too. Due to the increased emotions, the ship is in chaos as everyone runs around and fights. Julie gets close to another crewmate, which makes Kai jealous, and he punches him. Later, the crew member hurts Kai with a tool. Christopher tries to control the situation and hits the crew member. He tells everyone to come to the common room for a meeting on the recent uncontrollable situation. In the meeting, Zack tells everyone that Christopher is not a good leader, and tries to convince everyone to make him the leader and join his group. Only a few members remain on Christopher's side. The controversy of an alien on the ship starts again. Christopher goes into the surveillance room to check the records. Zack and Kai get in there later and suddenly come out saying that they got attacked by an alien. The crew members ask them what the aliens look like. Zack tells them that they couldn't see because it was dark inside. He was unaware that Christopher has been in the surveillance room. Meanwhile, Christopher brings the footage, and Sela and a few other members discover that Zack killed Richard with an electrical surge. They lied about an alien on the ship to get people to come on their side. Christopher and Sela get intimate and advance their relationship. In the morning, Zack knocks on their door and invites them for a celebration. Zack tells the crew members about the new rules. Christopher gets angry and shows them the footage in which Zack kills Richard, revealing his true nature. Zack tells the crew that he killed Richard because an alien had possessed him. He did all this to protect them, and tells them that the alien is still on the ship, hiding in one of the crew members. Kai supports his statement and tells them that the alien is in one of the crew members from medbay. They chase the crew member and Kai starts hitting them. Eventually, everyone joins and kicks and beats him to death. Zack and his group go to the medbay and grab every weapon they can find. Christopher, Sela, and a few other members try to figure out what can be done. Sela suddenly realizes that Christopher knows about the weapons in the secret compartment and tells him about it. He goes to the compartment but is denied access to the weapons. Zach gets to know about Christopher being in the secret compartment. Christopher goes to find tools in the lab. Zach's group go to the secret compartment and manage to get access to the weapons. 2 people from Christopher's group join Zach's group. Sela, Christopher, and Phoebe try to create a strategy. Sela watches Zach's group coming towards them on the monitor. Zach's group shuts the power and catches them. Sela tries to stop them. She tells Zach that she likes him and wants to be with him, but Zach laughs at her. Phoebe tells them that they have gone mad and they still have time to change their actions and focus on the mission. Zach tells her to shut up. Suddenly, Kai kills Phoebe. Everyone is shocked. Zach tries to kill Christopher, but he and Sela escape. Everyone looks for them, but they both hide in a compartment. Zach starts shooting inside the compartment, but they escape. Kai finds them and attacks them, but they fight him and inject something in him. They hit him on his head, and he dies. Zach tracks them and starts shooting. They hide in the airlock. They both get into spacesuits. They close the airlock, but Zach starts shooting again and gets sucked inside. He grabs Sela and stabs her with a knife. Zach pushes out Christopher, and as he is about to close the hatch, she kicks him out. He gets sucked out and his body changes color due to lack of oxygen. Christopher holds onto the ship and finally survives. They come back inside. They tell them that Zach is no more. They all gather and put down their weapons. The crew have their lunch and then they vote for the new chief officer. Sela gets the most votes and gets appointed as the chief. The crew decides to vote for every decision from now on. They go on about their daily routines peacefully, and time flies by. After a few years, Sela gets pregnant with Christopher's baby. The baby is born and plays with other children. As years pass by, more children play around the ship and then eventually grow up. 86 years after the voyage, the ship finally arrives at its destination. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more movie recaps. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.